Hi. Are you in the closet wondering what you're going to do with all your men's clothes? Or maybe you have some favorite t-shirts that you don't quite want to get rid of. Or have you transitioned and you just couldn't bear to part with some of your old concert t-shirts or sports t-shirts because your favorite football team or baseball team or hockey team won 10 years ago and you still have, I know you still have the shirt. This video might be for you. So let's get at it. Hi, my name is Kate Madden. I'm just your friendly neighborhood trans girl who lives in Calgary, Alberta. I was thinking weekend, and normally speaking, I dress pretty nicely for work, and as nicely as Goodwill will permit me, but I try to look as professional as possible at work. And so on the weekends, I tend to just dress it down in t-shirts and jeans and that sort of thing, or at night. And I have a bunch of concert t-shirts, and that's kind of my thing. I go to a concert, I grab a t-shirt. I might not necessarily buy the album, but I will always buy a t-shirt or something because I know that money goes straight to the artist and not necessarily to the record label. Anyhow, I've been using concert t-shirts as nighties for my daughters when they spend the weekend with me, and I really like my shirts, so I wanted to wear one. And so I grabbed my Robert Plant shirt because I saw Robert Plant in the summer. I gotta say, if you haven't seen Robert Plant, wow. He put on a show. I mean, it was a masterclass in rock and roll, in blues, in history, in culture, in folk music, unlike anything I had ever seen. So to my little brother, thank you so much for taking me. Anyhow, I threw this shirt on, and actually I gagged. And here's the deal, is I had gotten this in July when I was still I was in Vancouver and I was presenting mail. Although I was totally out to everybody, but I was presenting mail. And so I was still wearing probably Old Spice or something. And I hadn't washed this since then. I'd thrown it in my closet and left it. And I wanted to throw up. It was disgusting. Oh my God. The smell of man, or the smell of me as a man, just made me want to puke. So that was really interesting. Anyhow, I have these t-shirts and I just wanted to find a way to really feminize them, so here I am wearing one of my favorite t-shirts, East Vancouver, right here, over the heart. I'm an East Van kid. I might live in Calgary, but really I love where I'm from. And I just wanted to change things up and not always have this crew collar around because I don't have a crew cut anymore. And so I might do some cap sleeves. And I just wanted to put this in one place because I got to think that if you're like me, you probably have some of these t-shirts lying around. I got rid of all my men's stuff months and months ago. I think it's in my very first video. I've got a short clip of it. But I got rid of all my men's stuff, and I couldn't get rid of these t-shirts because A, typically I'd spent some money on them, and B, there are a lot of really good memories with them, whether the music or being there with my former partner or being there with my brother or some such. And so I've got Collective Soul here. Saw them at the Commodore in Vancouver. I'm not sure what to do with the ring collar though, so I'm not going to cut this one up yet today, but it is a pretty cool shirt, and anytime you get to see an act at the Commodore, even if you're not super familiar with them, just go. Trust me, just go. You're not going to have a bad time. This one, the Hip, saw them at GM Place or whatever it's called now, with my former partner and my brother and his former girlfriend. So a lot of memories tied up in that road trip. Very difficult memories to unpack for a whole lot of reasons. Soon after the death of my father, and then other things just out of respect, or the people I won't go into, but the Hip are a difficult listen for me now, and those memories are as well. But I do love the Hip, and if you want me to turn into a 16-year-old kid, throw the Tragically Hip on day for night. Frank Turner, positive songs for negative people. Frank's another one that has some difficult memories attached to them, but the music always made sense to me and would speak to me at different times, whether it was my father's passing or my divorce and separation. I didn't see him on the latest go around. That was more a me issue, and I really built my walls up, and I couldn't go and enjoy his music or see him live. And he is fantastic live, one of the best live shows I've ever seen. Finally, I love this shirt. It's taken on a lot of significance and meaning here with the provincial election that's ongoing, and we'll probably have a government in place, a conservative government here in a couple of weeks. But queer kids, trans kids, gay kids, lesbian kids, bi kids have been politicized, and it's difficult. And so, anyways, this shirt, I think that's going to come out backwards, but it says, "I give a shit about trans kids." And I volunteer with a local organization. I help out there in whatever capacity I can, but as a mentor for trans youth, just trying to show them that life does get better. And doing this video is I'm just going to lay it out and probably do a voiceover here of me cutting these shirts, or I'm probably just going to do one for the sake of time. A couple of tips to remember while you're doing it, and then kind of before and after shot it as well. So nothing too crazy, but really just off the cuff, and I thought I'd share. So let's get at this. So working on a flat surface, you want to lay the t-shirt out and just make sure that you've got the seams lined up. You don't need a lot to do this, and really just a pair of scissors is going to cut through that fabric quickly. You can make a decision in terms of how low you want the scoop to go or the neck to go. In this situation, obviously I want to keep the logo intact, so I'm just going to do a short or a shallow cut around the neck and get rid of the collar. Now you might want to say, well, Kate, how are you going to make it line up, and how are you going to make it look symmetrical once you're wearing it? And I would say that's a great question. Let me show you how. What you're going to do is you're going to fold the t-shirt in half, and you're going to line the seams up over here. Line the seams up on the shoulder, just like that. And so, in doing so, you can see there's the cut. You can see there's the cut, and now you just take your scissors and you cut the same place. Just like that. So, once that's done, you just eyeball it. There's nothing really fancy or measurable about it. You just cut it out here. And the thing about t-shirt fabric is it doesn't tend to fray once it gets cut. And in fact, after it's been washed a few times, it will begin to roll. So the East Van cross right here, that's a famous symbol in East Van. And you ask anyone from East Vancouver, and that is tattooed on their heart. One with a all-seeing eye in the middle of it, and that looked really cool. So you can just pull on it a little, make it roll a little bit, just like that. See how it rolls? Maybe it's hard to see, but it kind of rolls up a bit. So the other thing I want to do is take the sleeves, and I've yet to meet a trans girl who is happy with her shoulders, myself included. No amount of dysphoria is going to fix it, and no amount of surgery is possible. So we just gotta live with it as best we can. But what I'm gonna do is make cap sleeves on this, and even though I feel super self-conscious in cap sleeves and I usually cover up with a sweater, I'm gonna do it just because I'm feminizing the t-shirt and I want to finish that part of it. So I'm gonna take it in on just an angle like that. Nothing too crazy. So, same thing as with the neck, just take it and the fabric will naturally roll. Now, much like the neck when we lined it up and we were trying to make sure we had measurements close, what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece and you're going to measure it on your other sleeve so the cut is similar. You just use it as a guide as best you can. Just like that. So, again, just take it, roll it, and there you have it. A feminized t-shirt, and you don't have to get rid of your favorite one. So, there you have it. A bit more of a feminine cut on the shirt, on the collar, no more crew collar, wrapping itself around your neck, reminding you that you have all these old men's clothes, as well as you can see kind of a cat sleeve here. My arms used to be big enough to fill this sleeve up, actually, not even a year ago. That's what HRT does too, just that loss of muscle mass. Anyways, if you haven't had a chance yet, or this is your first time visiting the channel, please like and subscribe to this video, share it if you found it helpful, and I try to post these videos weekly and bi-weekly. I'm a full-time parent, single mom, and I try to post as much as possible as my schedule with my kids allow, but sometimes it's every 7 to 10 days or longer, and not quite that 7 days. But please like, subscribe, share. I hope you found value in this video, and thanks for watching. Here's to life.